Vanhee, an established name in pigeon flying, a concept in modern pigeon fancying. Vanhee products, a wide range of products based upon more than 50 years of experience in pigeon flying, a flourishing business under the supervision of Michel Vanhee. The children Vanhee follow the footsteps of their father and grandfather. Pigeons and pigeon flying dominate their youth. Very early, they adopt the commercial spirit, and even the computer keyboard holds no secrets for them. The Vanhee dynasty has known the taste of success for a very long time, and the evidence of so much skill decorates Michel Vanhee's office. The Church of Wervik has already known a lot of famous sons, but the Vanhee family gathered world fame. Gerard Vanhee was a farmer, blessed with a lot of common sense, and this turned him into one of the most renowned specialists in pigeon flying. Gerard, what's your age? 80 and something? Something. Since July. Well conserved, aren't you? I suppose so. Can you describe your career from the beginning? How was it all in the beginning? A lot easier than today. Everybody was poor and didn't have the money to buy pigeons. Now everybody has got good pigeons. Now it's more difficult. How did you get your first pigeons? My godfather. My father's brother gave them to me. One of them had flown a first prize but didn't do well anymore over there. Neither did it here. And then all these people who came over to buy milk. I played them for 1 or 2 years, and my mother asked me whether that was the good way to take part in pigeon flying. I said, no, this isn't the way, always handing in your money and never getting it back. My mother asked me what would be necessary then. I told her that the thing was to buy good pigeons. I'll give you the money, and you go and buy good ones, she said. I told her that it didn't work out like that. You first have to find out where they have got good pigeons and if they are for sale. These historical words were the start for the Vanhee stock that would so often astonish the pigeon world for the next 60 years. In 1946, right after the Second World War, Gerard Vanhee roamed the country in search of eggs and chicks of pre-war glories. On his trips in his old Jeep, he gathered a treasure of long-distance pigeons that would not only lead the Vanhee stock to glory, but other lofts as well. At Michel Descamps van Hasten, he purchased a whole breed of mainly young sticklebird pigeons. Out of them, he selected 7 valuable stock breeders that would produce the atom species. From Baker van der Espt, brother of the more known Charles van der Espt, he also bought high-quality pigeons. The Motta line is rooted in these van der Espt pigeons. The small-scale fancier Frans Collier provided the foundations for the Monsieur line. Further on, Hector de Boux, Janssen Brothers, and a few others supplied the breeding material that would lead the Vanhee stock to unknown heights. Filling the breeding loft with top-quality pigeons has always been the Vanhee rule. What's the secret of Gerard Vanhee? Nobody knows. Not Gerard Vanhee, nor anybody else. Nobody knows the secrets of pigeon fancying. And who claims that he knows can come and meet me. I will tell him it isn't true. What's the reason you performed so well for the last 40 or 50 years then? And won 20 first national prizes. I went to school. Now you're kidding, aren't you? No, the Gemep School. 12 books. They tell everything they did with pigeons in those days. I selected the best out of them and used it to carry on. It's a fairy tale that the long-distance player doesn't train his pigeons. A few years ago, Gerard and Michel Vanhee built a brand new loft where young cocks are played on the widowhood principle. When the males themselves have got 14-day-old chicks in their nest, then time has come for actual widowhood. Gerard Vanhee is convinced that young cocks can only be successful on widowhood when they have raised a hatch of their own. Family life is a must for a young pigeon before starting on widowhood. Neither money nor time has been spared to construct an excellent loft for the junior league. In the boxes, the cocks are sitting on a floor made of wire mesh, under which a conveyor belt takes care of the dung removal by simply pushing the button. Floor hygiene is guaranteed by gratings. A healthy and clean environment is the first stipulation for the pigeon's growing physical condition. And this physical condition was abundant when the young males started out for their second training flight of the day. Michel and Geert watched with satisfaction how they climbed into the typical Flemish skies. They were steaming with vitality, and it looked as if they were going to explode on one of the next races. But you can't take anything for granted in pigeon flying. Good performances are the result of good treatment. Van Gluco 7000 contains 100% dextrose and vitamin C. It's immediately absorbed by the organism and guarantees a fast recuperation. Wheat germ oil, maize germ oil, and garlic juice are also indispensable on a healthy loft. It arms the pigeons against the exhaustion by consecutive races. It regulates the intestine flora after coccidiosis and worm treatment. It's an ideal preparation for the breeding. Stress, the overloaded competition schedule, long stayings in the baskets, and a lot of other causes are due that wheat and water aren't sufficient anymore against fatigue. Even the most obstinate supporters will have to admit that this theory is outstripped in modern pigeon flying. If a pigeon wants to conquer all these obstacles successfully, it can certainly make use of 100% natural support. Let's accept for once and for all that only a healthy pigeon is a winner. Bath salts 6,500 is a benefit for every racer pigeon. It is guaranteed safe and has got a gratifying influence on the skin and the organism. It provides soft and shiny feathers. It kills parasites and lice. It relaxes the muscles. Vitamins and minerals take an important role in the Vanhee products because they are indispensable for flying and breeding pigeons. But why this wide range of products? Variation in vitamins is necessary because the organism easily gets used to only one product, is the answer of Gerard Vanhee. The one entering here with bad intentions must beware. Max isn't hiding his intentions. The breeding lofts of Gerard and Michel Vanhee are a real Eldorado for the fancier as well as for the pigeon. As a matter of fact, they are a combination of a classical breeding loft and a fine aviary. During winter, it is possible to separate the actual breeding loft from the aviary by means of folding doors. In summer, the breeders can easily take in oxygen in these spacious aviaries. When the weather is cold and windy, a roller blind can be lowered to expel draught and chilliness. But to keep the breeders in top shape, it is best to bring a little piece of field into the loft. This is done by Vanhee with the Peckstone 7500. Also, Van Minvit 8000A is indispensable in every breeding loft. Van Minvit 8000A is a mixture of minerals in powder form enriched with vitamins. Also, the granular beer yeast 9000A is rich in vitamins and contains high-quality proteins in natural form. Peckstone 7500 and 7500A both contain a carefully selected mixture of minerals indispensable for penned-up birds. They contain spore elements vital to the pigeon's development and well-being. The animals take in as much as they need. As soon as they know Peckstone 7500, pigeons don't fly out into the field anymore. There's no doubt about it that Peckstone 7500 and Van Minvit 8000A are a real treat for our winged friends. And if you were a pigeon, where would you like to build your nest? In a Vanhee nest bowl, of course. It has got the ideal shape, it is solid and reusable. The chicks have a firm grip on the adapted bottom. The Vanhee family can look back on a glorious career with a lot of national successes, and moreover, their colony keeps on being quite up to date. The 80s were extremely prosperous, with the national victory on Saint-Vincent in 1982, first international Lourdes 1983, overall Belgian champion 1985, national long-distance champion 1986, first national La Souterraine in 1988. Now we present to you today's ruling champions. This is the first national Lourdes 1983 with 1 hour lead. White toenails are a quality mark, just as a white beak, so says Gerard Vanhee. And who can know better than this grandmaster? It certainly is characteristic for a quality stock. This is Spotted Patrick, pure, second National Limoges 1986.
We zijn wel achteraf, hè. En mijn dubbele zon. Kijk, weet je of ze hebben.
This is Patrick Jr., second National Montauban.
Dat is de Scoude Lucci, hè?
This is the Spotted Lucy, a candidate for the sports category in the Italian Olympics. He won 7 prizes within 10 first best. So he's won the 24th National Limoges as yearling, and in this year he also got the 48th National Cahors and was in the lead from Perpignan as well. It's one of our best at the moment. It's a grandson of Lourdes. Even aces can use some support to cope with the murderous competition schedule. Victory Pills 3000 and 3000 Plus provide the necessary vitamins for the racing pigeon. They bring the birds into top shape and lead them to victory. This is Bambino 1. He flew 4 or 5 times in the 21st best from Narbonne and Perpignan. He's one of the best racers we've ever had. This is Domingo, the first national La Souterraine. With this widower Loft, Gerard and Michel Vanhee obtained never-equaled results. Their glory and success surpassed the national frontiers and gave them international recognition. 20 national victories turned them into real world champions. Between 1959 and 1982, they gathered 336 prizes of honor, or a total of more than 21,000 prizes. A list of performances that makes you think. Gerard Vanhee was a dedicated man in all his deeds. Moreover, he never stopped looking for the almost unreachable, the breeding of the absolute champion. He often failed, these are his own words, but thanks to his skills, he was often successful. And the fact that he succeeded more than his competitors makes him superior, now and before. Michel Vanhee receives a beautiful heritage, including the owner's manual. He was taught by his father and has already proved to be a real Vanhee, a pigeon connoisseur, a top fancier.